students, myself Minal Deshpande from Google Education Society's HL High School English Medium, Ozar Township. Students, we are going to learn History of Standard 6 from Maharashtra State Board English Medium syllabus. Students, I am sure that you have completed the task which was given in previous video. Yes? In today's video, we are going to our lesson number 7, India during the Maurya period, through 2 points. 7.1, the Greek Emperor Alexander's invasion, and 7.2, the Maurya Empire. Okay, so let's start. In the 6th century BCE, a king named Cyrus had established a vast empire in Iran. This empire extended from northwest India to Rome and to Egypt in Africa. So around 518 BCE, an Iranian emperor named Dariush had conquered the region to the northwest of India up to the Punjab, and Dariush had recruited some soldiers from this area into his army. So we learned about this from the writings of Greek historians. Some Greek historians told already about it. Political relations between India and Iran were established during the regime of Emperor Dariush. This led to greater exchanges in the fields of trade and art. Okay, that emperor who established one region, and because of that there were many exchanges or greater exchanges in the field of trade and art. And Emperor Dariush had introduced a uniform currency. He introduced one type of currency, which currency was called Darik, in all parts of his empire. Okay, so this made trading easier. Because of that currency, the trade is very easy for people. So the capital city of Persepolis was built during his reign. Okay, this Persepolis is in Iran. Okay, so in this way, in 6th century, some changes were happened over there. Okay, now actually our point number 7.1, that is the Greek Emperor Alexander's invasion. See students, what is mean by invasion? Invasions means the entry which was without consent or the permission. Okay, in an individual entry, or we can say in a group, whatever entry is there in an area where they are not wanted. Okay, means forcefully entry, we can say in it. So the invasion of Emperor Alexander, the emperor who invaded India's northwestern frontier in 326 BCE. Now what is mean by invaded? Invaded means to enter by force in order to conquer. Conquer means capture, or when they want to get it, if or they want it, that time forcefully the entry which was done by the people, that is known as invasion or invaded. So the northwest frontier in 326 BCE, crossing the Indus or in Sindhu river, he reached Takshashila. Okay, he started his journey and he reached to the Takshashila. On the way, and he met with forceful opposition from the local Indian kings. Okay, that time the forceful opposition was there from our Indian kings, and that time he defeated them and successfully he reached in the Punjab. He started his journey, already we know, and forceful opposition which was for him, he was successful on it and he reached now in the Punjab. Now however, in this invasion, his army had to suffer a severe hardships. Severe means a very bad. Okay, so the soldiers were eager to go back home. See students, they came from long journey, we can say like that, and that is why they are suffering, they are having very bad hardships with them. So they are very eager, they are very excited to go back to their home. So they rebelled. Rebelled means to resist or to become defeat towards the authority. Now they are resisting against Alexander and he was forced to turn back. Okay, they are saying that they wanted to go back to their home. So he therefore appointed Greek officers to administer the conquered territories. Means now whatever territories were conquered by Alexander, there he appointed Greek officers, okay, on that territories, and they were called the satraps. Okay, the peoples or the officers, Greek officers, which was appointed by him for that conquered or that win territories, for them they are called or they were called satraps. Okay, he started his return journey but died on the way back in 323 BCE at Babylon. Okay, means he started his return journey but he died on the way, and that is why where he died at the Babylon. Today's Babylon is in Iraq. Okay, this Babylon is in Iraq, so he died over there. Babylon is a city of a great wealth, okay, luxury and vice. This is a city of a great wealth. Okay, now Alexander's campaign means a series of operations undertaken to achieve set of goals. That series, which was started by him, led to an increase in the trade between India and the Western world. Because of that, there is a great type of trade between India and other Western world. The historians who accompanied Alexander introduced India to the Western world through their writings. Okay, historians wrote about it in their writing. Okay, about the great trade and the great trade relations. Greek sculpture influenced Indian art, giving rise to the Gandhara school of art. The Greek kings minted a characteristic coins. That time what happened, the Greek peoples are introduced here because the officers were appointed by the Alexander, and now the Western world through their writings, whatever the historians introduced to us, the Greek sculptures influenced Indian art and giving rise to the Gandhar school of art, that is one school of art. The Greek kings minted characteristic coins, means some characteristics are there which coin minted by them. Now what is their characteristic, means a feature, or what is the different thing? On one side the coin had a picture of the king who had minted the coin, means king's picture is over there on the one side, and on the other side a picture of a Greek god. Okay, the god which god is there of that Greek peoples, that picture is also there over on the other side. This is main characteristic. The name of king was also written on the coin, and the third thing, that the king who minted that coin, his name was also written over there. Now Alexander's coins were of the same type. Okay, the same type of coin made by him or minted by him. Already one example is given over here. Alexander's silver coin, both sides. Okay, both sides are here. Now later Indian kings also started minting similar coins. After seeing that all, our Indian kings also started to minting the same type of coins. Okay, means same time means there is one side picture is there, another side name and that all. Okay, now students, we took information about the Greek emperor Alexander's invasion, how he captured or how he came in area. Now the second point, that is 7.2, the Maurya Empire. Now Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya, who founded the Maurya Empire. Okay, he was the founder of Maurya Empire, Chandragupta Maurya, and people were tired of the tyrannical rule of the Nanda king of Magadha, Dhanananda. Now what is mean by tyrannical? Tyrannical means oppressive. Okay, oppressive rule which was very dangerous for the people, so people were tired of them. and that is why Chandragupta Maurya brought it to an end, and he established his own rule in Magad around 325 BCE. Now Chandragupta Maurya, who captured that territory and who established his kingdom. He won Avanti and Saurashtra and also began to extend the boundaries of his empire. He also started to expand his empire. Now, after Alexander's death, what happened? A struggle for a power began among the satraps. Whatever I already told you that satraps were means the Greek officers, those who are known as a satrap, and they were appointed. They appointed for what? For the administration. Yes or not? The captured territories administration was done by these satraps. Now, after the death of Alexander, the satraps are fighting with one another. Satraps he had appointed. Seleucus Nicator was Alexander's general. That time Seleucus Nicator, who was the general of him, he became the king of that Babylon after Alexander's death. After his death, who became the king? Now the Seleucus Nicator. He invaded the northwest frontier region of India and the Punjab. Chandragupta Maurya successfully resisted his aggression. Okay, now Chandragupta Maurya and that Seleucus Nicator, they had a war, and in that war Chandragupta Maurya was successful. The defeat of Seleucus Nicator led to the inclusion of the northwest region of Kabul, Kandahar and Herat in the Maurya Empire. These all captured territories or the win territories which was by the Chandragupta Maurya, they also now the part of Maurya Empire. Okay, now see students, the Megasthenes, Seleucus Nicator's ambassador. Ambassador means an official messenger, or we can say representative. Okay, Megasthenes, who was the ambassador of Seleucus Nicator's, stayed back at Chandragupta Maurya's court. Now he came, Megasthenes came to the court of Chandragupta Maurya. So his book, which was Indica, is an important source for the study of India during the Maurya period. Now, there is an inscription stating that Emperor Chandragupta Maurya had built a dam. Now, Chandragupta Maurya, who built dam, that dam called Sudarshan near Junagadh in Gujarat state. The dam which was built by Chandragupta Maurya, that called Sudarshan near Junagadh in Gujarat state. Okay, students. Now we are going to take information about a very famous king who is Emperor Ashoka. After Chandragupta renounced the throne, he was succeeded by his son Bindusara. And after Bindusara's death, his son Ashoka succeeded to the throne in 2073 BCE. Now Ashoka had been appointed the governor of Takshashila and Ujjain before he came to the throne. Now Ashoka was appointed the governor of Takshashila and Ujjain before he came to the throne. That throne means that particular chair of, we can say that particular chair of king. As the governor, he had successfully crushed the revolt at Takshashila, and after becoming the emperor of Magad, he launched a campaign against the state of Kalinga. See, Ashoka, who now became the emperor of Magad, and he launched the campaign or a war against the state of Kalinga. And Kalinga occupied the region of today's Odisha state. Emperor Ashoka conquered Kalinga. Okay, he already launched the campaign or the war. Means he decided to do the war. Now Ashoka's empire extended from Afghanistan in the northwest and Nepal in the north to the Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh in the south, and from Bengal in the east to Saurashtra in the west. Okay, in this way he expanded his own empire. Now students, the Kalinga war, the whatever campaign or the war was launched by Ashoka, that was Kalinga war. Ashoka was deeply moved by the bloodshed of the Kalinga war. He saw that there was a deep, or there was a bloodshed and in Kalinga war, and he decided that never to wage means to conduct or to carry out a war again. When he saw that bloodshed, when he saw that all terrible situation, he decided that he will never launched any type of campaign or the war again, and he came to believe that truth, non-violence, compassion and forgiveness were the important values. Now see students, firstly Ashoka launched war. He also started the campaign, but in that Kalinga he saw that there was a very hard or very bad situation created over there. The bloodshed is there, and because of that Ashoka's behavior changed totally. So he decided that he will never launch the war again, and he came to believe that truth, non-violence, compassion and forgiveness, that was the really important values. So Ashoka wanted to spread these teachings among the common people, and therefore he had pillar edicts and stone inscriptions engraved throughout his kingdom. See students, after the bloodshed, he decided that he will never launch the war again. So he wanted to spread good values among the good values or the teachings among the common people. So he decided, or he had pillar edicts and stone inscriptions also engraved. Engraved means to carve into material through his kingdom, his whole kingdom, and these writings are in the Brahmi script. Okay, the script which was used for that is Brahmi. In these inscriptions, he is referred to as a Devanam Piyadasi, beloved of God and he who looks on with affection. Okay, so another inscription states that 8 years after he ascended the throne, ascended means succeed, he made the conquest of Kalinga, and he had a change of a heart on seeing the devastation it caused. Devastation means the destroy of whole collection of related ideas, beliefs and strongly held opinions. Okay, so he decided that he will never launch the war again, and he changed of a heart on seeing the devastation it caused. An inscription of Emperor Ashoka at Delhi Tokda shows that he had put strict restrictions on the hunting of bats, monkeys, the rhinoceroses, and on setting fire to forests. Okay, what he decided? He decided, or he restrictions are there, prohibited what on the hunting of a bat, monkey, rhinoceroses, and on setting fire to forest. Okay, students, in this video already we discussed about 3 points. The first point, the Greek Emperor Alexander's invasion. Second point, the Maurya Empire. In that Maurya Empire, we took information about Chandragupta Maurya, that how he expanded the kingdom. Second, we took information about Emperor Ashoka and the Kalinga war. Okay, now remaining part of this lesson we will learn in our next video. Okay, now you have to read this lesson carefully. Okay, students, you have to write short note on Chandragupta Maurya. Okay, thank you.